What's going on, guys? RapGod Gaming here, and welcome back to our ranking Sonic tier list. In the last video, we finished up the Dreamcast era of Sonic, and now we're moving on to the modern Sonic timeline. So yeah, hopefully this will be our last part of the video. So let's get started with it. So before we begin, first, I should say, if you haven't already, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more content. And let me know in the comments below what you think. Again, just a reminder of the rules. One, we're only doing mainline Sonic games, and two, this is all my opinions only, so opinions are going to be different, but I'd love to hear what your guys' opinions are. So, without further ado, let's get started. So, starting off the game, this video, we've got Sonic Rush on. Sadly, we're starting off with a game that I've never played. I know that's crazy, but I've never played Sonic Rush, even though I probably will. Have to at some point. I've heard good things about it. But, moving on from that quick topic, we've now got the next game in the series, and, this is a big one. Sonic the Hedgehog 2006, or more commonly known as Sonic 06. Boy, where do I even begin with this one? Sonic 06, of course, has been heavily regarded as the worst Sonic in the game in the entire franchise, for very good reasons. I actually just I actually bought this back when it first came out, and yeah, the game has of course been rushed. Sega rushed it, so it's extremely glitchy. Yeah. I did play the Project 06 thing, which makes the game experience so much better. But yeah. Unfortunately, so yeah, this game has a great soundtrack, per usual, but that's and that's really about it. And it has good level design too. The level design is great, but of course the game glitches almost the entire time. It's because it's so buggy. Buggy, honestly, Sega. Next time, take your time. So yeah, really, when it comes to Sonic 06, I'm pretty neutral about it, a lot, but I will say, it has a really weak story. Like, Elise is one of the most boring human characters I have ever seen in my entire life. Like, that's not even a joke. And all the animation, some of the character animations look pretty bad. I won't lie. And what else? I mean, we got Sonic, Shadow, and Silver, which was interesting. And also I don't really care for Silver at all. Silver is probably my one of my least favorite Sonic characters ever. So yeah, but anyways, yeah, Elise is like a terrible character. Not to mention that Sega somehow approved of a human character kissing Sonic. That's fucking weird. In fact, I'm not even gonna pull that up because I can't even look at it. And not only that, but it has like some of the weakest story writing ever. Like, you're telling me that Elise has like the soul of like half of a god in her, and that her dad told her not to cry. You're telling me that this girl has not cried her entire life? Like, I find that so hard to believe. And then like, and yet all it took was to kill Sonic, who she had only just met. Dr. Eggman's design looks terrible in this, by the way, too. And also, yeah, Mephiles is by far the worst villain and one of the worst villains ever in the Sonic franchise. He has like no motive whatsoever. Like, his motive is so stupid, and like, it's been like honestly, I don't even remember the entire thing, but all I know is that like his motive is so dumb, and like he's just and like Silver is literally so fucking stupid. It's like, yeah, I honestly don't even know what to say. The story is really bad, so, and I will never forgive it. So yeah, Sonic 06, pretty bad entry in the series, but it had potential. And who knows, maybe one day Sega will decide to port it. I kind of hope they do. This game, but they'd have to do a lot of fixing. So yeah, all in all, Sonic 06 is pretty bad. In fact, I'm giving it D tier though because it has good music. Now we move on to our next game in the series, and I'm just gonna get this out of the way because why the hell not? I'm not even gonna bother doing a whole thing on it. Sonic and the Secret Rings. So I never played it, and I don't plan on doing it. Same thing with Sonic Rush. I sadly never played Sonic Rush, which I know sucks, but it is what it is. Moving on to the next game in the series, where Sonic started to get better. Sonic Unleashed. Oh gee. Now I know a lot of people love Sonic Unleashed, and a lot of a lot of people enjoy it a lot. But for me personally, it is not my favorite in the series. It's not that I don't like it, but honestly, this is kind of where Sonic lost me. Like, honestly, the werehog concept is kind of stupid if you ask me, and also it's got that stupid booster shit now. So that happened, and the werehog stages are also just pretty boring. The game has a good soundtrack, but that's pretty much about it. I don't really have much to say about Unleashed. In fact, I don't really know what people see in this game. It's like, this is not peak Sonic. Oh yeah, I will say, and I will give this though. Jason Griffith does a good job as Sonic in this game. But, yeah, I could literally, but yeah, I could not give really two shits about Unleashed. In fact, I think this is around the time when I sort of stopped playing Sonic. It just, the franchise was going in the wrong direction from here, if you ask me. So, yeah, Sonic Unleashed, pretty mid-game, if you ask me. I'll put it in C tier because I don't hate it. Moving on. I'm just gonna put the Black Knight in here because I never played it. I've not played any of the storybook games, and I don't plan on to. It looks stupid. Now moving on to the next game in the series that truly matters, Sonic Colors. Now I know Sonic Colors is a bit of a hit or miss for most people, and for me it is a miss. Like I said, this is around the time when I've sort of lost interest in Sonic, and Sonic was going in a completely different direction. I think, in fact, this is my opinion on Colors is pretty much the same as Unleashed. The game is all right, but I don't really like it. Plus, there's like the Wii version, and then there's like the Xbox and the PS3 versions of the game, and I played it on PS3. So yeah, but really, I don't care about Colors all that much. The idea of the story is kind of cool, but honestly, I don't care for it. Also, it introduced Roger Craig Smith, who I really don't care for as Sonic. So yeah, Sonic Colors is pretty hit or miss, is pretty much a miss for me. And I couldn't really care much about it, but honestly, there are worse games out there. So yeah. So yeah, Sonic Colors is pretty much a C tier for me too. Now now moving on, and now as for Sonic Sonic 4 Episode 1, it's just some dumb mobile game that I didn't play, and I don't really care for it. And I'll do the same with Episode 2 while we're at it, because both of them suck. Now moving on to a much better game in the franchise, Sonic Generations, and man, did Sega deliver with this one. Okay, yeah. Sonic Generations was finally an actually good Sonic game that we had gotten in a while. I love the idea is really good. Good playing as classic Sonic and modern Sonic is good. Although I really only wanted to play as classic Sonic when I played this. and they picked some good levels to recreate, and some good bosses. The remix soundtrack of the stages is I absolutely love a lot. Except first the remix of City Escape. I wish they had used the original, because the original City Escape is goated and everyone knows it. But yeah, Sonic Generations was finally a Sonic game that actually did good. Which was and I was at the and I was pretty close to kind of stop playing the series at this point. However, even though it's really only after the Dreamcast era levels that I'm kind of stuck, because because I don't really know much about the modern era. But yeah, I did beat this game all the way, and I enjoy it to this day. I still enjoy it a lot. Probably one of very few modern Sonic games that that a guy like me is ever gonna like. So yeah, Sonic Generations, easiest S tier ever. It's gotten literally everything you can ask for. But now we're moving on to a game that I'm gonna be shaming on a lot. So can't. So hopefully you don't love it. But in case you couldn't tell, next up we got Sonic Lost World, and god damn it, Sega, you have how did you mess up again so badly? Like, truly. Somehow Sega managed to mess up Sonic once again and make another bad game. And also, not only that, but what pisses me off even more is that this game is literally a complete ripoff of Mario, a 3D world. Something of which Sonic is supposed to be the opposite of. And not that I don't like Mario, but I'm not playing Mario, I'm playing Sonic. And yeah, the worlds don't even have names. It's just they're just Ice World or Green World. I don't even remember most of it. Also had literally the most boring enemies ever. I don't even remember. I barely remember any of them. So yeah, Sega, you should be ashamed of yourselves. You did so well. They did so well with Sonic Generations, and yet immediately went back to making bad games again. Honestly, Sega. In fact, I think this is around the time when we're getting to that pattern, as I call it. But, anyways, Sonic Lost World, straight to the F tier it goes. It's shame on you, Sega. And next on the list is something that's just as bad, if not worse, than Sonic Lost World. I'm talking, of course, about Sonic Boom: Rise of Lyric. And goddamn, this is a monstrosity. Arguably worse than 06, and I'll explain why. While I do enjoy the Sonic Boom cartoon, the game thems just don't hold it for me, and like most people, this game is arguably terrible. In fact, because not only is it like extremely buggy, but the writing is just absolutely terrible. Like probably like genuinely worse than Sonic 06. And more buggier than 06 too. Like honestly, Sega, how? And not only that, but it's Sonic. This is Sonic Boom, and I don't want to play a Sonic Boom game. I want to play just regular Sonic. And yeah, and again, the writing is terrible. There's literally I don't remember. I barely remember anything about it, and genuinely, it was a complete waste of time. So yeah, honestly, I can't believe you, Sega. You're killing off your franchise, which is crazy. In short, there's really nothing I can't say about Rise of Lyric that hasn't already been said. I'm going to do what any mortal person would do and put it in the F tier with Lost World. Now moving on to a somehow way better game, we've got Sonic Mania. God damn, did Sega deliver big time with this one. after so long of praying, we finally got an actually good Sonic game. And not only that, but we got another 2D Sonic game, and that actually turned out to be actually really good. Sonic Mania is probably one of my favorite games of all time. And there's nothing, and honestly, what more can I say? The level designs are amazing. The remix soundtrack of old stages and the new soundtrack is awesome, and great, cool bosses. What more? It's everything a Sonic game needs to be. Somehow, so good job, Sega. You managed to save it. In fact, I believe that if this game didn't come out, the franchise would have almost have been doomed. Because what we've seen in the previous games, Sonic was not going in the right direction. But thankfully, with a little bit of guidance and some help from fans, we were able to get Sega back on the right track, and get Sonic back up in the ranks. However, although sadly, as much as it won't be lasting very long, but we'll be talking about that in just a few minutes. But all in all, I love Sonic Mania amazingly. It's got it's got great music. It's got the special stage is awesome. So I love chasing the UFO around. And not only that, but you got multiple characters to play from. Sonic Mania Plus it makes it even better, and I love the final boss. So yeah, all in all, great game and game. So yeah, Sonic Mania goes straight to the S tier. It's by far the best 2D Sonic game ever, but and probably the best Sonic game we had gotten in a while. But sadly, that it wasn't. Sega somehow didn't learn their lesson. And the proof is in the pudding with the next game we've got, Sonic Forces. Honestly, Sega, what the hell? Somehow Sega failed again after such a successful game with Sonic Forces. This is by far one of the worst Sonic games ever. The writing is terrible, the story is terrible. Why on earth is classic Sonic in here? And the character customization just looks cursed at times. So yeah, and also Infinite is literally the most underwritten and worst villain ever. The guy has literally no good backstory. He's just evil because he got bullied. Wow, that's it. You got bullied and that's why you're evil. Truly, I think seriously, Mephiles was a much better villain than Infinite. I think a lot of people can agree with me on that. So yeah, Forces was just a big letdown, and I can't believe Sega didn't learn their lesson. Truly upsetting. So yeah, Sonic Forces has very terrible music. I did not like the music in this game. Very forgetful. The level design was terrible, and yeah, the story was just stupid. And Episode Shadow did not make it any better. So all I can really say is, Sonic Forces, do us all a favor and burn in F tier where you belong. So yeah, then of course but like I said, this is kind of where the pattern starts coming in, especially with this next game, Sonic Frontiers, the first open world Sonic game in the franchise. Sonic Frontiers was pretty big when it first came out. So finally, we get new gameplay style and everything. I was a little skeptical about the game when it first came out, but in the end, it was pretty good regardless. It was the concept of was pretty good. I like Sage. I thought she was a really interesting character, especially with her dynamic with Eggman. I like the music for the bosses. That was really good. This game has good music. Of course, this game when it first came out had a lot of bugs, which was annoying, but thankfully those got patched. So, God forbid Sega actually do something for once. But really, what annoys me the most is the fact that cyberspace is literally the most annoying part of the game, and also the fact that objects just appear out of nowhere is also annoying. And also another big thing I had is that sometimes I'll try to land on an object that looks completely solid, but then I'll just fall through, which is like honestly stupid. Like, then why is it there? Like honestly, I don't really honestly this game is hit or miss for most people, and for me, I really just don't care a ton about it. Not even my favorite Sonic, definitely not my favorite Sonic game, but I will say it take maybe a couple features out and change some stuff, and I think it'd be better. So yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Sonic Frontiers is pretty is okay, but I didn't really like it compared to the rest. So yeah, all in all, Sonic Frontiers is pretty good. So I'm giving it a B tier. Now moving on to our last two games. Where Sonic Superstars didn't play because I thought it was just some dumb mobile game, but it wasn't. And then we've got Sonic X Shadow Generations now. I thought it was a little stupid that that they had to re-release Sonic Generations. They could have just made it Shadow's own thing. But Shadow's portion of the story I really enjoyed. I thought the soundtrack was good. I thought the story was good. Yeah, we've done a video on it. I'm not playing any clips because it's I don't I'm trying to keep it lower. But yeah, Sonic X Shadow, easiest S tier. And there we go. We have finished up the tier list. So that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed my parts. If you haven't watched the previous ones, there's links in the description below for that. You can also let me know what you guys think. I'd love to hear it all, and let me know if you want what you want to see me rank next. Perhaps maybe not Mario, Sonic TV shows and movies. Yeah, I'd be totally down to do that. But anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all later. Bye bye.